This is the part almost no one realizes. You think you are the only one seeing the name, feeling the connection, dreaming the dreams, sensing the spiritual weight of this bond. But God is whispering to them too. God is stirring them too. God is interrupting their thoughts, their routines, their emotions. Often at the same time, He is confirming things to you. Every time they suddenly think of you out of nowhere, it is a confirmation. Every time something reminds them of you, and they feel that unexplainable tightening in their chest, it is a confirmation. Every time they try to move O-N, but something pulls them back internally, it is a confirmation. And while you surrendered to the signs, they resisted them. While you opened your heart, they shut theirs out of fear. Where you leaned in, they pulled away. Not because the connection is weak, but because it is too strong for them to control. Understand this. Your person is not spiritually disconnected. They are spiritually overwhelmed. They have felt the same intensity, but unlike you, they are not ready to confront what it means. So they do what frightened hearts do. They bury, they deny, they avoid. But their avoidance cannot silence God's voice. Their denial cannot erase destiny. Their fear cannot undo what heaven has already orchestrated. This is why Scripture says, "For it is God who works in you, giving you the desire and the power to act according to His will." That truth applies to them as much as it applies to you. God is working inside their heart, whether they admit it or not. God is stirring their spirit, whether they respond or not. God is aligning them, awakening them, preparing them even through their silence. And here is the stunning revelation. The very days you receive the strongest confirmations are often the same days God is doing the deepest work in them. The timing overlaps. The spiritual movement is synchronized. Heaven is speaking to both of you, but each in a different way, one through clarity, the other through conviction. So do not assume their silence means forgetfulness. Do not confuse their distance with disinterest. Do not misinterpret their withdrawal as the absence of feeling. They feel the connection. They see the signs. They just don't know what to do with them yet. One of the greatest misunderstandings in this journey is the assumption that God is delaying the connection. People often ask, when will they come? When will the silence break? When will the signs turn into action? But God does not operate according to dates, deadlines, or human urgency. He operates according to readiness, and readiness is a spiritual condition, not a moment on a clock. God is not postponing your story, He is preparing it. He is not withholding the connection, He is strengthening both hearts, so the connection does not collapse under the weight of unhealed wounds. If they came back too early, the same fears that drove them into silence would destroy the relationship. If you received them before your own growth, the same doubts that haunted you would sabotage the connection. God's timing is perfect, not because it is fast or slow, but because it aligns transformation on both sides. This is why you feel the signs intensify during seasons of growth. This is why the connection feels spiritually heavier during moments when you are evolving emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. Heaven moves when you move. Heaven prepares when you prepare. Heaven aligns when you align, and God's work in them mirrors His work in you. He is healing their fear while healing your impatience. He is breaking their walls while strengthening your faith. He is teaching them courage while teaching you surrender. God is preparing them. God is preparing you. God is preparing the meeting. Do you see the pattern? It is synchronized. It is intentional. It is divine. And because God controls the process, nothing can arrive too early, and nothing can arrive too late. There is a moment and appointed time when both hearts, both journeys, both transformations intersect. And when that moment arrives, it will not require striving. It will not require forcing. It will not require guessing. It will unfold naturally, powerfully, undeniably, because preparation always precedes manifestation. So instead of asking when, ask, what is God shaping in me right now? Instead of asking, why are they not here yet? Ask, what is God healing in them that I cannot see? When you shift the question, you shift your peace. Because the truth is simple. God's delay is never punishment. It is protection. It is alignment. It is preparation. And when the preparation is complete, nothing in heaven or on earth will be able to stop what God has confirmed. As God works in both hearts, there comes a point when the spiritual atmosphere begins to shift. The signs do not disappear, they intensify. They do not confuse you, they clarify you. They do not overwhelm you, they steady you. One of the first indications that the appointed time is approaching is a change inside you. You stop feeling frantic. You stop feeling desperate. You stop checking their social media every day. Instead of anxiety, there is an unexpected calm. Instead of fear, there is a strange, supernatural peace. A peace that makes no sense, because nothing external has changed, yet everything inside you has. This peace is not apathy. It is alignment. It is the evidence that your spirit has finally surrendered to God's timing. When the soul rests, the heart begins to see clearly, and with that clarity, the signs become even more precise. You may see their name multiple times in a single day. You may dream of them more vividly than before. You may sense their emotions, their confusion, or their longing in ways you cannot explain. These are not illusions. They are spiritual echoes. They are the reflections of what God is stirring in both of you at the same time. When you feel a pull, it's because God is touching something in them. When you feel a surge of emotion, it's because God is breaking down a wall in your heart. When you feel a sudden wave of peace, it's because heaven is aligning the final pieces. And then, there is another unmistakable sign. Their presence becomes louder in your absence. Without reaching out, they appear in your spirit. Without speaking, they show up in your dreams. Without action, their energy gets stronger rather than weaker. This is not because you are holding on, it is because God is drawing the two of you closer. The closer the breakthrough, the louder the signs. The closer the reveal, the deeper the peace. The closer the reunion, the stronger the spiritual connection. Remember this pattern. When the heart calms, the signs intensify. When the spirit surrenders, the timing accelerates. When peace replaces fear, manifestation is near. These shifts are not subtle, they are undeniable to the one paying attention. And when you begin to sense all of this at once, understand clearly, the final stretch has begun. While God is working on their heart, He is also working on yours. This season of waiting is not meant to shrink you, it is meant to strengthen you. Many people make the mistake of putting their entire life on hold when they receive confirmations. They freeze, they stop growing, they sit still and wait for the other person to make a move. But God never intended the signs to paralyze you. He intended them to prepare you. This waiting period is not about inactivity. It is about development. It is about becoming the version of yourself that is capable of carrying the relationship once it arrives. Do not pause your life. Do not shrink your potential. Do not suppress your purpose. Instead, begin to evolve. Begin to rise. Begin to rebuild the areas of yourself that life has weakened. Grow in emotional stability. Grow in spiritual maturity. Grow in personal strength. Because when they return, they cannot come back to someone empty, stagnant, or frozen in time. They must find someone vibrant, grounded, and whole, someone who continued living, healing, and maturing even in their absence. This growth does not just elevate you, it transforms the entire spiritual atmosphere. When you rise, the connection rises. When you heal, the bond strengthens. When you expand, the relationship gains room to thrive. And this dynamic is not mystical, it is deeply spiritual. Your transformation creates pressure in the spirit realm. It nudges them forward, it softens their walls, it accelerates their healing. What you fix in yourself sends ripples into their journey. So instead of asking, why aren't they ready yet? Ask, how can I become more ready for what God is building? Do not waste this season longing for the future and ignoring the present. Use it. Build your life. Strengthen your mind. Deepen your faith. This is preparation, not punishment. It is shaping, not delaying. And God is saying clearly that the best gift you can offer them when they finally return is the healed, whole, elevated version of yourself, the version you were always meant